Hi, my name is Brian LaPayower, and this is LaPayower Report, the fundamental talk show program where I conduct conversations with individuals who have unique skills and talents. On today's program, my featured guest is the host as well as producer of The Midnight Show with Vic Terno. I have the host himself, Vic Terno. Vic, welcome to the program.
Hey, Mr. LaPayower, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure and an honor to be on your show. Thank you.
Now, last time you were on my program, you were an additional guest along with producer Fred Kasha.
That's correct.
You were add-on. This was in April.
That's correct.
So now that you have your one-on-one conversation, and based on that time frame, I didn't get any physical chance to physically get so much information about you. Can you tell us, the viewers out there, much about yourself?
Okay, well, first of all, let me say hello to the audience and say thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. And I have to say that knowing Brian about maybe 2 years now, it's been nothing but a complete pleasure. The Midnight Show had been an idea I've had for quite a while, and it took, I would say, to implement it and get into the gear, I would say it took about maybe 2 years.
Okay.
We've been wanting to do this show for quite a long time.
Yeah. I thought it was 1 year.
No, I'm saying we wanted to get the show into production for 2 years, but we've been doing the show for about a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
I believe we're going to be doing our 17th show.
Okay.
And, it's been quite a pleasure. Time Warner has been a very gracious host.
Yes.
CTV, Staten Island Television, where they're joined together. They've been very, very hospitable.
Okay.
And user-friendly.
Yes.
And the people that I work with, such as yourself, and Guy, Pat,
yes,
Helene, Lewis,
yes,
Tommy, all my camera people and my sound people, they are nothing but a pleasure to be with, Brian.
Okay. Now, originally, the program was not called The Midnight Show Vic Terno. It was originally called the new Vic Terno Show. Explain to me that concept.
Well, first of all, when I first started the show, that's true. We started off as the Vic Terno Show.
Yes.
But as I moved on, I just got the idea, came to my head, of the Midnight Show.
Okay.
And I think that the reason that I came up with that name, maybe subconsciously, is because my idol, the gentleman that I fashioned myself after, is Johnny Carson.
Right.
And with a little touch of Dean Martin and a little touch of Jerry Lewis.
Right.
Those three guys to me were top of the line showmen, comedians, and of course Dean Martin was a great singer.
Right.
But Johnny had, as we all know, the Tonight Show.
Correct.
So I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And Letterman's got the Late Show.
No.
Letterman
sorry. Has the first was called Late Night.
Late Night
with David Letterman.
That's
that was
what
I was at NBC.
Right.
Then when he went over to CBS in 1993. Yeah, 93.
Right.
It was changed to The Late Show with David Letterman.
Right. So let's say again the Late Show with David Letterman.
Yes.
So I couldn't use that.
Right.
So I says, I'm gonna show the show in the evening.
Yeah.
Not really late. I says, why don't I do it midnight?
Okay.
So when I had the show with Vic Terno, it was midnight.
Yes.
So I said to myself, hey, why don't I call it the Midnight Show with Vic Terno?
Okay.
Now, many people are going to remember this that are my age, Zandra. You may and may not. You probably do. But the original Tonight Show, Brian, is not 1 hour like it is today.
No.
It was an hour and a half.
Correct. 90 minutes.
I mean, we had some really good shows with good times on them.
Yes.
If you look at a lot of the older shows from the 70s, 60s, 80s, they were 1 hour shows.
That's right.
Where you were given time to enjoy the show, for the plot to develop, to follow the characters. You had fantastic acting. There was a storyline.
Yes.
Today, there's no patience. The shows are half an hour.
Right.
They're reality shows. Quite a few of them are okay, but a lot of them aren't. They're very quick camera work, flashing movement,
Right.
so fast you can't even digest it.
Of course.
But they're doing that because of time, because of the sponsors, and so much time they could advertise.
Yeah.
And basically, I think that a lot of the quality is not the TV that it used to be.
Right.
So I enjoy having an hour show and developing song, characters. We have some skits,
Right.
and some musical talent.
Right.
And it works. We bring it together.
Yes.
And we're always developing and transforming as we move along.
Now, Younger, have you watched a lot of late night programming?
Yes. As I said, I was a great fan of Johnny Carson. I enjoyed Jay Leno.
Yeah.
David Letterman, I enjoy him somewhat also. I love Paul Schaefer on his show.
Okay.
He's very talented.
Yes.
Conan is okay, but he's up a little later in the evening, so I don't really get involved.
Not really. Conan is on TBS at 11 p.m. and they repeat the show at 1 in the morning.
He used to be on later.
Right. He's been on 12:30.
Right.
Now.
But up until that point, when he was
Right.
on later, that's when I would follow him.
Yeah.
But after that, I didn't follow him anymore.
What about the other hosts of the late night program? I mean, Johnny Carson. Originally, the Tonight Show in 1962 began in New York City.
Well, you had Phil. You had
Right.
you had two other hosts before him.
Yeah.
I believe you had. Oh boy, I can't remember their names. I can't remember the two hosts previous to him.
Because one of them, I believe, is he wore glasses. I think he wore like tennis sneakers. Steve Allen.
Turn to see Steve Allen.
Steve Allen.
Very good, thank you.
Yes.
I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
As famous as he is.
Right.
My bad.
Super Sales. He recently passed away. Super Sales. Yes.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And also on the program, I forgot to mention, we also do have pictures that have taken recent that we have from the Minute Show, too. Just to make it aware of, we are going to get to know the whole of those pictures as well.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
As we talk, it may come back to me in my mind.
Yeah.
But there was another talk show house besides the gentleman that you mentioned,
Yeah.
Steve Allen,
Yeah.
who also hosted the show before Johnny Carson got it.
Right.
But those three were the big ones.
Yes.
But Johnny, nobody got up to the level that
Right.
Johnny got to. Johnny was Mr. Late Night. Nobody could ever shine his shoes.
Right.
He's the best.
Right. And also.
That's my opinion anyway.
Right. And also, Johnny Carson also had his psychic. I think everybody knows this. Ed McMahon.
We can't forget Ed McMahon. Ed McMahon
Right.
was a crucial part of his whole genre,
Right.
and he was pivotal to Johnny's whole act.
Now, in your program, you do have a psychic as well.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Not a male one, but a female one.
I have a beautiful sidekick.
Yes.
One of the most beautiful ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen my show, you have to tune into the Midnight Show, Channel 34. If I may say, Brian?
Go ahead.
Channel 34, Friday nights midnight. We're also on in the city, Manhattan, all over the Bronx. But I have the most beautiful co-hostess that you'll ever lay your eyes on.
Yeah.
And smart. Tune in to see Christina Lime.
Okay.
What a beauty. And she's so charming.
Okay. How and where did you meet Christina Lime?
Well, Christina Lime, I actually met, I believe, through a friend on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. That's how I met her.
Really?
Facebook, let's face it, that's the communicator of the world today.
Right.
I mean, when I was a kid, we used a CB
Yeah.
or a walkie-talkie, which was fascinating to us to get around and talk to people.
Yeah.
And we used that as our social network.
Of course.
So really, we've always had a social network. They've just changed the element of the type of social network.
Yes.
Now we're on to the internet.
Okay.
So it's kind of a CB set, but on a worldwide scale,
Okay.
basically with visual.
Okay. Are we ready with the pictures, by the way, chance, guy? Yes. Okay. Let's show a picture. I guess let's show the first picture on the screen. Okay. And
Oh, okay.
what can you tell about this picture right
This
here?
is my my lovely love, Ellen.
Yes.
She's my other half of 7 years,
Okay.
and she's my Norwegian beauty. She's from
She's Norwegian.
She's from Norway.
I didn't know that.
Her mother and father were born in Norway. She was born here, but lived in Norway as a baby.
Okay.
Spoke Norwegian first.
Really?
She's a lovely, lovely woman. And we've been together for almost going on 7 years, I believe,
Wow.
Coming up in April.
Now, she doesn't do any type of like acting or anything, does
No,
she?
but she's part of my crew for the show.
Okay.
And she oversees a lot of things that go on. And she's a delight, and she's smart. And you could see her. She's a beauty. I've been blessed.
Yes.
I mean, I have a beautiful woman. She's timeless. She never changes. She's always pretty. She looks like she did when she was 17. I have a picture of her on my table at home, and she looks like she did when she was 17.
Okay, Guy. Thank you for the picture. We do have more of them.
Thank you, Guy.
Yes, thank you, Guy. Our technical director, Guy K. Comier. And was Ellen your first love of your life, by any chance?
No, actually, I have a long and bumpy history road of romance.
Okay.
I'm actually married 2 times.
Really?
I was married when I was a baby. I say I was a man before I was a boy. I remember 17 and getting my suitcase and walking out the door, telling my dad I'm leaving.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get along with him as well as I'd like to.
I'm real sorry about that.
Yeah, no, we were fine. He was a great father.
Okay.
But I was very independent.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio. He was an Aries,
Right.
so we clashed a little bit.
Aries.
And I was the youngest, a little whippersnapper.
Really?
But no, we always loved each other. I mean, I have highest regard and respect.
Believe it or not, my
for my
father
dad.
was a Taurus.
Oh, very stubborn.
Yes.
I have a sister that's a Taurus.
Oh, really?
My older sister. But anyway, so I got married at 20. I stayed married for 17 years
Wow.
to a nice lady.
Any children?
Yeah, and wait, I want to tell you a funny story.
Okay.
So I have a son and a daughter. A son that's now 30. He just had a baby, so I'm a grandfather.
Okay.
For the first time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Little baby Julia, and I also have a daughter who's a beautiful, knockout, gorgeous girl. She's 25.
Okay.
Tricia Marie.
Okay.
And that was my first wife. Now this is the funny thing.
Yeah.
My first wife was the ex-girlfriend of Chaz Palminteri,
Oh, really?
and I took her away from Chaz Palminteri.
Oh, really?
So the funny thing is, I was on a movie set with Chaz, and we were doing a movie together. And I said, Chaz, do you know you were going out with a girl named Patty Mello,
Yeah.
beautiful blonde. She looked like Marilyn Monroe. And I said, at the time, I started dating her, and we wound up getting married and having 2 children.
Okay.
So unbeknownst to me, he said to me, yeah, I was in love with Pat at the time.
Okay.
I said, well, nice seeing you, Chaz. Take care, buddy.
Okay.
But he was very kind. He said, he loved her at the time, and she was a nice girl, and we had a little conversation about it.
Okay.
Then about 17 years later,
Okay.
and 10 months, I got married again
Yeah.
to a young lady who was about 15 years younger than me. Stayed married about 11 years,
Okay.
and had a lovely son.
Yes.
His name is James, who's a handsome guy, and right now he's in honors going into Tottenville High School.
Okay.
And he lives with me 4 days a week, and he's my pride and joy, as my other 2 children are, and I'm a very lucky father, and I can't complain.
Very God bless. Now, you mentioned about Chaz Palminteri. He is an actor, so I guess you got into acting as well.
Yeah, but I didn't get into acting because of Chaz. When she told me Chaz at the time when I was 19, 20, I didn't know who the heck Chaz was. Chaz was nobody back then.
Okay.
He was a musician that ran around town, and, that's about what he was doing at
So
the
who would
time.
physically inspire you to get into acting?
Well, I'll tell you a very funny story.
Okay.
The guy that I loved most as an actor, believe it or not, was a country western star on television.
Really? Which one?
His name was Clint Walker.
Okay.
He had a show on TV called Cheyenne. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or seen it, but it's a great, great show. Some of the people that are a little older will know. Clint Walker, he's about 6'5". I don't know, a lot of you might remember him.
Okay. We do have another picture.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
I just want to say, a lot of you might
ahead,
remember him from The Dirty Dozen. He played Posey in the original Dirty Dozen
Okay.
movie.
And I do, and also it's mentioned China. Okay.
All
This right here is a picture of you and Christina Lime.
This is my co-host.
Yes.
The beautiful Christina Line. I think we have even another picture, even a better one.
And this
we
picture
can
was
put it
taken.
up.
And this picture was also taken inside Studio B. You actually did a special here in Studio B.
With Joe Causey from CBS FM.
Yes, we do have a related picture on that one as well.
But I want to
too.
show you another picture, if you have it there, of Christina
We have
Line.
plenty of pictures.
And
tonight.
she's a real. But anyway, so that's what happened. I got married. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
You're a ladies' man guy.
Yeah,
Vic.
well, the midnight show has been blessed with many beautiful ladies.
Yes.
And talented.
Yeah. Can you explain the names of the ladies from left to right?
Yeah, well, let me just say this. Of course, I have Christina next to me.
Yes. You also have Rox Christina.
Rox Christina is next to
Christina's left.
Right. I have Diane. I have, at the very end is Christina Lime's sister.
Yes.
And I have Karen Herrera on the other end.
Right.
All beautiful ladies.
Yes.
All sweethearts. That's Danielle.
Yeah.
On the corner. That's Christina's sister.
Okay.
And those are my beauties.
Okay.
From the midnight show.
Now this is taking, I believe, back in February, March.
Yeah,
Those
sometime
pictures.
around that time.
Yeah. Karen Herrera, she was on a program?
She was on one of my previous shows.
Which show
She
was that?
guest, the midnight show.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a friend. But anyway, getting back to what I said to you about my personal life.
Yeah.
So I did that.
You don't mind if we ask about
No.
Okay.
So I grew up, if you want to know where I grew up in Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn
What
guy.
part of Brooklyn?
Flatlands, Flatbush.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Midwood High School.
Okay.
And I went to St. Joseph's College. And I grew up in Brooklyn. I was always in Bensonhurst, growing up around the
I was
Eastern High
conceived in
School.
Bensonhurst.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom grew up in...
What year were you born?
I was born in 1978.
That's the years that I was hanging out in Bensonhurst.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all over the place. 86th Street, all the clubs. I was a dancer since I'm 17.
Yeah.
Club Revelation, the Gazebo,
Yeah.
the Penthouse, you name it. I was all over the clubs everywhere there.
Okay. My father grew up in St. John's.
Of course.
Yeah.
I know it well.
And also my mom grew up around, I think, northeastern parts, I believe, near Howard Beach. No, that's, well, a little bit below Howard Beach.
I got you.
Yeah.
Then around 1981.
Okay. We do. I think we have enough picture.
Another one? Around
Okay.
1981, I moved into Mill Basin, Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
And I lived there for 25 years. The most beautiful place on earth. I lived on the water.
Oh, really?
I lived on National Drive, Old National, New National, and then on Whitman Drive. And, it was a paradise.
Yeah.
Summertime, you thought you were in Florida or California.
Yeah, we're ready. We have enough. Oh, okay.
There we go. There's Joe Corsi.
Now, this was done here inside Studio B.
Yes.
Yes. And we also have Dr. Vincent
That's
Magnio.
Beligno, very
Yeah.
dear friend of mine.
Yes.
Doctor. And he's always on the show at times.
Yes.
He's audience and he comes on as a guest.
And, of course, your hostess, Christina Lyon.
Of course, my host is Christina Lyon, the beautiful Christina Lyon. And a terrific guy,
Yes.
Joe Corsi. I mean, a lot of people, you hear him on the radio.
Yeah.
You get to hear him, and he's a great DJ, disc jockey.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time. He's very well versed.
Yeah.
But on a personal level,
Yeah.
Joe is a really fine human being. He's a very big in the field of raising funds and charities.
Yes.
Philanthropist. He's a big philanthropist.
Okay.
And he's a good family man. He's a good father. And I consider him a very good friend.
And he's also on the 101 CBS FM radio.
Yes, he's on the #1 station, and I do believe he's the #1 disc jockey.
Right. So I remember also in June of 2005, the 3rd. Sadly, it was the day my father passed away. But on top of that, after he passed on, the station itself went from their oldies to the station known as Jack FM.
Jack FM, that's correct.
I was not very fond.
Well,
a lot of
CBS
people weren't fond of the name Jack FM at all.
A lot of people don't know this, but I was a musician when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
When I was 17 years old, I was the lead singer of the Stone Ponies.
Yeah.
And I was a rhythm guitar player. I've been playing since I'm 9 years old, from the 60s. I had a group called the Interpreters when I was in my teens. And then when I hit 17, I joined the Stone Ponies as the lead singer.
Okay.
We were going to be going on the road,
Okay.
but some things changed.
Just curiosity, what years?
I just want to mention Frank Sinatra's manager, Jilly Rizzo,
Okay.
who was Frank Sinatra's manager. His brother Willie Rizzo
Okay.
was kind of like pushing us in the
I think
background.
we have another picture as well.
Do we?
Yeah.
But Jilly Rizzo was the fellow that was kind of like pushing us, and he got an agent and had us moving around the country.
Okay. Okay. I think as we see in the picture, we have.
Oh, that's the famous talk show host. That's the guy that I kind of follow him and his trail.
Yeah.
He's my mentor.
Yes.
That's the famous Mickey Burns.
Yes, the host of Profiles.
Host of Profiles.
And also Dr. Vincent Maglio.
And Dr. Maligno.
Yeah,
Vincent Maligno. And I want everyone to know that Mickey Burns is not only a talk show host, but he also was the producer of the past Channel 5 10 o'clock news.
That's right.
As well as the McClary Report and a host of other shows.
Yes.
And he's a total gentleman and a very dear friend. And then Dr. Maligno is a very educated, well-versed man.
Absolutely.
Especially in the Christian faith. He was a brother at one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a philanthropist and a very educated doctor.
Okay. Any more pictures? I think we saw more pictures.
Oh, we got 2 more to go.
Yes, we have 2 more to
There you
go.
go. How's things going in the control room back there? You can put the liquor away. Just kidding, only kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just kidding.
So you did music. Okay, now we have...
we have we have my friend Jojo Amendolari.
Yes.
A very dear friend of mine. He's on the show quite often. He's one of the Midnight Show players.
Yes.
And he's a heck of a great guy and a fun guy to be around. Okay. And that's against Dr. Maligno. And the handsome guy in the middle is yours truly.
No, it's funny. Jojo, I can't pronounce that.
Jojo Amendolari.
Amendolari.
Right.
Someone said that he looks like Abraham Lincoln.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. My friend Mr. Nicotra, Richie Nicotra, who owns the Hilton, who, by the way, is opening up a new wing very shortly. So everybody's got to run over to the Hilton because Richie runs a great show there, a great hotel, and he's very big in the area, and he's got great shows at nighttime. He's got dances and dinner shows. But anyway, we had a Halloween costume party contest, and who do you think won the contest last year?
Really?
Jojo Amendolari as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was you for a moment there.
No. But I'm going to be somebody this Halloween, but I'm not telling you who, though. It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
But yeah, that's JoJo.
I think we have one more picture left, guy. Okay. Let's see from left to right.
All right, here we go. We got.
You about to explain the pictures. Vic.
All right, here we go. We got.
Who's in the picture?
We got from the front. We have my.
Our own technical director, Guy Comey, is in the picture too.
We have my technical director for my show and also for Brian's show, Mr. Guy Comier.
Yes.
He's right in the front, and I want to point out everybody on television land. You see this fellow with the mustache? This is General President. All right. I want you to know his great grandfather was General Grant.
Yes.
President Grant, Ulysses S. Grant. Yeah. He is directly related to Ulysses S. Grant. Okay. Next to him is another actor, seasoned, been in the business a long time.
That'll be in the green shirt.
Right, the little man.
Okay.
If I call him anything else, if I call him a big shot, he gets mad at me.
Okay.
That's Joe Barry, little Joe Barry,
okay.
A gentleman and a scholar, and he's got a whole story behind him. He acted with Brad Pitt in Brad Pitt's first movie. Yeah. He stabbed Brad Pitt with a knife, so he's got a whole background.
And also, Joe Barry, and yourself was on an episode of Guy Comier's Stories Today.
That's correct. That's correct.
And also on the
far left
corner
is my floor manager and my coordinator of the Midnight Show, Mr. Steve DeGennaro.
Yes.
And Steve, along in his own right, he has his own Whatever Goes TV thing going. And he's a very talented individual, and he's a very dear friend of mine.
Right.
And he helps me out tremendously with the show, and he's my right arm on the show.
Right.
Ellen's my left, he's my right.
Right.
Now we have Karen again, Dr. Maligno. Who's that in the middle there?
That would be Rox Christina?
No, the gentleman behind Joe Barry.
I have no idea.
Okay. Anyway, we have, that's me in the back. I couldn't see the gentleman in the middle.
That's right.
Then we have Christina Lime. Then we have Rox Christina and Danielle.
Right.
My little doll, Danielle.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the whole.
I think that's every picture, right, Guy? That's every picture? Okay, that's basically every picture there.
All right, so we did go with the pictures.
Yes, we did.
Right?
Yeah.
So you asked me earlier, before the show started, I wanted to mention how the show got started.
Right.
Well, basically, I'm an actor.
Yes.
I'm in the Screen Actors Guild about 20 years now.
Okay.
I used to do stand-in work for Danny Aiello on television on a show called New York Undercover.
Right.
And some of Danny's movies, like the Prince of Central Park. I worked on that with him, a couple other movies.
By any chance, do you recall any of the soundtracks or songs in any of Danny Aiello's movies? There was one song called "Running in Every Red Light."
Yeah, no, not offhand.
Okay, because I know someone that actually
Really?
because someone gave the words to Danny L to sing.
Really?
And he sang that song, but somebody wrote that for him.
Well,
especially.
Danny could sing, and I did a lot of work with Danny. And then when I was with Danny, I came up with the idea of writing a screenplay for me and him.
Yeah.
And I did. I wrote it 3 years before 9/11, called Target, New York City.
Right.
Which I'm still trying to get produced. I'm working on it now, and it's a complex thing to get a screenplay produced, but we're working on it. And Danny felt he was too old at the time. Told me to go to Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
I went to Steven. I met with a gentleman that was his representative,
Yeah.
Neil Prashad, and he said Danny read it and loved it, thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But then he went into his own thing, had a 3-picture deal with the studio,
Yeah.
and things dropped off there. But we're working on it now.
Okay.
And it's about a biological attack on New York, God forbid, and Brooklyn,
Yeah.
conservative Sicilian organized crime family comes in to intervene in the attack and stop it.
Okay.
So it's an interesting thing.
Okay. Well, actually, time's actually running short. But Vic, I definitely like to thank you for coming on the program. If anyone out there wants to make any contact with you, how can any of you do that?
Well, first of all, let me thank everybody in the audience and for the studio audience.
Yeah.
Nice to be on your show, Brian. You're a gentleman.
Thank you, Vic.
And if you want to contact Vic Terno from the Midnight Show, just contact me on Facebook. If you're interested in appearing on my show and you have some kind of talent, if you're a model, if you're an actress, if you're an aspiring model and actress, if you sing or a comedian, contact me on Facebook, Vic Terno, or on Twitter, New York City Talk Show host. Thank you, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Vic. If anyone out there wants to contact me, they can write to the studio or email me at lapierreport@gmail.com. So, and also like to thank right now my staff crew of Guy Cormier, John Conduga, and the rest of the staff crew. So once again, my name is Brian LaPayower, and this was LaPayower Report. Thank you for watching.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.